welcome members of the class of 1985, parents, and other guests to an evening that will be like no other in the memories of these 586 young people who make up this graduating class tonight. During his inaugural address, President Kennedy identified what he first named a new generation of Americans. He included himself in that group, and he told his listeners that, quote, "Much has been given to us, therefore much is expected of us," end of quote. Indeed, that quotation helps to explain what we have felt about this graduating class at the first school in the nation named in honor of the late president. Right from the first day that this class entered Bloomington Kennedy, we knew we were dealing with a group of special students who were unusual and very special in their talents. We knew too that our school was in an excellent position to provide outstanding learning opportunities for these students in their academic, athletic, and activity programs. This class had talent. This class was blessed with opportunity. Therefore, we did expect much of these students. I am here tonight to assure you, parents, school board members, and other guests, that this class has indeed lived up to our expectations for them. Indeed, I think you will be very proud when you hear Superintendent Anderson's remarks tonight, for as she recounts the accomplishments of the class of 1985, you will see clearly the record of exceptional young people who have distinguished themselves as scholars, leaders, and participants. Tonight, this traditional formal program offers all of us an opportunity to be proud and to be grateful. We can be proud of what has happened to these young people during their 4 years in high school. We can be proud that so many of them have chosen to make the sacrifices necessary for high achievement. Further, we can be grateful that so many parents and so many teachers were willing to provide support for these students, support which has helped to make it possible for these students to reach this important evening in their lives. Indeed, members of the class of 1985, much has been given to you. Much really has been expected of you. And I am very pleased to tell our guests tonight that much has been received of you. You have lived up to your obligations and to our expectations. You have achieved in grand style. This is a class which numbers among its members some of the very finest students we have ever had at Bloomington Kennedy. Because this is true, I am especially pleased and proud to welcome all of you to this formal commencement program, during which we will recognize and honor the outstanding class of 1985.
I was in the land of cotton. Old times there are not forgotten. Look away, look away, Dixieland. for Dixieland. I was born early, Lord, one frosty morn. Look away, look away, Dixieland. Glory, 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 hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. You know your daddy's bound to die. But oh, my child, soon be over.
We are very pleased tonight that the focus of our program on our fellow classmates in the class of 1985.
All during the year, we've heard the words excellence and tradition as we've gone through the process of living up to the superior records of our predecessors, especially the members of the last two graduating classes. Along the way, we've also posted our own accomplishments. For the class of 1985 has been blessed with talent and enthusiasm.
We have been privileged to be students at Bloomington Kennedy during a period of incredible accomplishment in academics and activities. During our years in high school, we've been able to say with justifiable pride that we are Kennedy students. When our school has been in the headlines, on the television news, of yet another accomplishment by our fellow students, all of us in the class have shared a feeling that few other schools can ever claim.
When one of us does well, we all benefit, for successful individuals have gone together to make for successful groups, and for the first-rate senior class and senior high school.
So it is that we are especially pleased tonight to have the focus during this commencement program on members of our class. That focus is on our classmates in the band, orchestra, and choir, including vocal soloists Jeffrey Johnson and Christopher Norby.
Focus is also on 3 of our classmates who will be our commencement speakers. These students were chosen for this honor during a speech competition open to all seniors. Faculty members representing all academic departments served as judges for this competition.
In the order in which they will speak, we are pleased to introduce to you our classmates, Basma Ibrahim, Danette Kaslow, and David Christensen.
Family, friends, faculty, and fellow graduates. As we travel on our journey of life, we see new places, meet new people, and make new discoveries. Often we move at a smooth pace, and our journey is trouble-free. Sometimes, however, we hit a bump on the road, and we experience times of difficulty and hardship. We may take a wrong turn or come to a detour and have to find our way back to the right road again. But these setbacks are only temporary, and much can be learned from them. Turning points abound on our journey of life, and they offer us a chance to glance back at the past as well as to look ahead to the future. We, my fellow graduates, have just reached one of the major turning points in our lives, our high school graduation. For the past few years, our roads have crossed, and we have traveled on our journeys together. Each of us has been a part of Kennedy High School. We have learned together in classes, played together in athletic teams, and participated together in activities. We have contributed in our own special ways to make the scene complete. The memories that we have shared together will travel with us for the rest of our journey of life. The seemingly endless hours that we have spent at practices after school and rehearsals for concerts and shows are over. No longer will we struggle through standardized tests, wrestle with stubborn lockers, or sprint down the halls just 5 seconds away from detention. Never again will we have the chance to go crazy during Spirit Week, cheering on our friends who were brave enough to enter the cookie eating contest, or having a good time at our first annual luau and beach party. Homecoming, coronation, choir trips, and prom are but special memories, and only a faint echo of the band and cheering at football and hockey games can still be heard. All of these things that were so important to us will be remembered with smiles, laughter, and maybe even a few tears. It is time for us now to move on and to make our entry into the real world, a world of excitement and adventure, hope and dreams. A world where technology is advancing faster than ever before and opportunity is everywhere. The time has finally come for us to take our own roads and do our own things. No one knows exactly where their road will take them or whose path they may cross later on, but one thing is certain. At each stop along the way, we leave a part of ourselves behind, and we touch the lives of those we meet. The halls of Kennedy are empty now, and the lights are off, but more than just an empty building remains. It is a building filled with dreams for future students, just as it was for us. It is a building where we each have left a part of ourselves and traces of the memories that we have created there. So now, as the torch is passed on to us and we take new roads in our lives, let us not forget that we share something very special. We are the 1985 graduates of John F. Kennedy Senior High School. Thank you. When my brother graduated from high school 4 years ago, I wondered what all the fuss was about. In many countries, graduation ceremonies are reserved for college graduates. That is as it should be, I thought. Look at how many people are graduating. It can't be too difficult. All one has to do is attend class most of the time and do enough work to get a D. No big deal. Now that I am graduating, it seems a little different to me. Tonight, we will honor the top 10 and the top 10% of the students in the class, scholarship winners, and recipients of other honors. It's wonderful that they've been recognized, as they're very deserving, but most of them always knew they'd graduate from high school. The question they worried over was what college to go to, seldom if they'd be able to go. Maybe, though, some of them feel as I did 4 years ago. Graduation is nice for getting some attention, money from relatives, and having time to look back on the fun of high school. But mostly, it signifies the beginning of more important things, like college. For others among us, graduating was the real achievement. Some of those graduating tonight are learning disabled, which not only made day-to-day class difficult, but probably made the senior term paper or some other graduation requirement seem impossible. Other members of the class of 1985 are studying in a foreign language. Most of these students knew little or no English when they came to Kennedy. They learned from teachers who didn't speak the native languages of their students, did all their studies in English, and were able to graduate. Still other students worked full-time while attending Kennedy. This often left them with little time to study, not enough time to sleep, and no time for social activities. There are also some people graduating tonight who should have graduated last year, and for whatever reasons did not. It takes not only time, but courage to endure another year of high school. Another obstacle many students tackled was a family problem. It can be very difficult to try and concentrate on logarithms or predicate adjectives when trying to deal with the stress of a death, the divorce of parents, or any kind of major change in the family. But many managed. Most of the people that fit into those categories will not be honored as award winners or top scholars tonight, but they are representative of what this ceremony is for. They deserve some special recognition for completing high school in spite of the difficulties they faced. I certainly don't mean to omit myself, because for me, and for probably all of the members of the class of 1985, there were difficulties. And for all of us, graduating is a true achievement.
Think for a moment about your first day at Kennedy. From the time you enter, not only was your mind going in circles, but your body was too. I remember entering the circle, turning right, and walking all the way around, just to find that my room was one door to the left from where I had started. In spite of these strange surroundings and very few acquaintances, I soon felt welcome. From that first day at Kennedy, I was able to relax and gain friendships because of the openness and kindness of all of you. I knew from that day forward that I was an eagle and that I was proud of it. For all of us, Kennedy is much more than just a building. It is teachers who care, administrators and support staff. It is a place of opportunity for learning and personal growth. It's a place of belonging. It is the intensity and shouts at a sporting event. It's music and painting and work. But mostly, Kennedy is you, my classmates. We have experienced the joys and the pains of growing up. We supported each other in times of need, and we laughed with each other in times of joy. To this point, however, it has been a small world. We must now move ourselves from the protection of our parents and support of high school friends to a much bigger world where we may very well be alone in mind, but not in heart. The community is no longer just Kennedy High School, but broadens into a world where each of us will be asked to make decisions regarding important issues. In making these decisions, we can look at the past and smile or regret, but we must look at the future with clear minds, for we are the future. And we must keep in mind what Edwin Markham has written. There is a destiny that makes us brothers. None goes his way alone. All that we send into the lives of others comes back into our own. So here we stand, looking to what lies ahead, each expecting and wanting something different, and yet striving for a common goal of love and peace. One night, as I was thinking about how all of you have affected me, I wrote a poem, and I entitled it Circle of Love. My heart is overflowing with the joy I feel inside. The love I get from knowing you is something I can't hide. I want to share this happiness that I get from you, my friend, and love all people that I see in hope that hearts will mend. And maybe if I love them, they too in turn will share. Perhaps they'll go to other men and smile, love, and care. So next time someone shows you love, go share it with your brothers, as you have shared your love with me, and I in turn with others. We owe much to our parents, friends, the community, and Kennedy High School for shaping and molding us thus far. They have helped us all to become ourselves, to give us an identity. Thank you for your support, your love, and your understanding. The world is opening its arms to all of us. I will embrace it as you have embraced me. Thank you.
I proudly present the students in the class of 1985 as candidates for graduation to the school board. They have met our academic and graduation requirements. Seniors, your 1985 yearbook theme is Capturing the Magic. This class did capture the magic. They achieved high academic recognition. They did well in sports, and they won many awards and honors. I'd like to take a few minutes this evening to capture the magic and highlight the accomplishments of this graduating class. Capturing the magic in academics. The class of 1985 had the drive to excellence. Kennedy had 5 National Merit Scholarship winners this year. These seniors rank in the top 1/2 of 1% of all high school seniors in the United States. Capturing the magic, John Hauge, Laura Kemmer, John Murphy, Peter Park, and Chester Wu. 12 other seniors' scores ranked just below the cutoff for the national winners. and these seniors were given Commended Scholar honors. Capturing the magic in academics. In another national competition, senior Chester Wu won the highest honors in the National Council of Teachers of English writing contest. 10 seniors ranked at the top of the class academically on the basis of 4 years cumulative grade point. Capturing the magic, these 10 seniors are Laura Kemmer, John Murphy, Con Nguyen, Paige Olin, Teresa Olson, Peter Park, Mark Roberts, John E. Robinson, Pat Sletahow, and Chester Wu. Kennedy held the first ever academic honors dinner. They recognized 144 seniors and students, and all but 5 of you attended that honors dinner. Every student had parent representation, and this only shows us that our parents support you, the senior, and the Bloomington schools. Capturing the magic. 75 seniors fulfilled the requirements for the Presidential Academic Fitness Awards. Their high grade point averages and records of participation, leadership, and contribution caused this record number of Kennedy seniors to win this national honor. The class of 1985 displayed achievement as stated in your yearbook. You were striving, pushing, getting things done. You were winning, leading, and the class of '85 was number 1. Capturing the magic in learning service. Among the winners of citizenship, leadership, and service awards is a special one given to Kathy Shannon. Kathy put her knowledge and skills to use. As a Kennedy sophomore, Kathy had CPR training. 2 years later, as a senior, she was called upon to use what she had learned when faced with a life or death situation involving a person who had gone into cardiac arrest. Kathy did everything just right, said the medics, and she got the person's heart pumping again, and it kept going until the medics arrived and took over. The medics credit Kathy, one of our seniors, with saving this woman's life. Capturing the magic in academics. 5 seniors were given Honor Society of Eagle Awards. This award recognizes scholarship, citizenship, leadership, and significant participation in extracurricular and academic activities. This award is designated as being the highest honor given to Kennedy students, for the award involves academic as well as extracurricular. The Eagle Award winners are seniors Eric Christensen, Greg Hoffman, Jane Mouse, John Murphy, and Pat Sletahow. The class of 1985 has been distinguished by strong leadership. Capturing the magic in activities. You, the class of 1985, had the Kennedy Eagle pride and the spirited tradition. You faced the challenges, the frustrations, and you set your own mark in time at Kennedy. The J.B. Singers won the 20th consecutive star rating in state competition. They were selected to be the state of Minnesota's representative in the first ever Young Americans National Invitational Performance Choir Festival in Hollywood. The JBs finished 8th out of 50 groups. Later on, Capturing the Magic were Peter Park, Chika Watanabe, and Diane Cox, who won star ratings, the highest award at the state music contest. You, the class of 1985, have achieved excellence in our music tradition. The varsity cheerleaders placed second in the Minnesota cheerleading contest, making them eligible to be contestants at the National Cheerleading Contest. Nancy Owen, Julian Lundell, Krista Herbstreth, and Michelle Brown returned with medals for the highest honors. The Colleens also placed 5th at the state national dance line competition. Seniors, when you were called upon to help others less fortunate than yourselves, you were effective competitors. You set a state record for contributions of canned food items to the Bloomington food shelves. You students took up the challenge and set a new state record. Senior David Christensen masterminded the food drive, and for his work, he has been honored with a special scholarship from the Pillsbury Company. In the state VICA competition, 5 seniors earned state honors in various competitions. They are Tom Berkey, Paul Sims, Ken Nord, Tim Anderson, and Don Bowman. Capturing the Magic in the state instrumental music contest, 7 of you seniors won star ratings: Sam Hudson, Christy Sherbert, Deanne Matson, Chris Reich, Rob Lehman, Sherry DeWall, and Scott Steibel. Capturing the Magic in sports, the class of 1985 was part of the action. You achieved again the Kennedy tradition of winning, the tradition of spirit, and the tradition of excellence. We had star athletic placings in these areas: wrestling, 3rd place; boys swimming, 10th place; 2 seniors in the state golf tournament, Tom Chardon and Sue Fair. The baseball team won the Lake Championship for the 5th time, and the synchronized swimming placed in the state. Capturing the Magic in sports in other athletic highlights: 2nd in the sectionals in hockey, 2nd in the regions in boys soccer, 2nd in the regions in girls basketball. And we had senior individuals that captured the magic in Derek Schramm, who broke the 1,000-point individual scoring mark in basketball. It's the first time anyone has done that in our Bloomington school history. Dan Tuzignog scored more goals during his career as a Kennedy hockey player than any other hockey player in any Bloomington high school. Capturing the magic in sports, all state honors: soccer, Bruce Wilson; hockey, Dan Tuzignog; swimming and diving, Scott Lungate and Jeff Taylor; gymnastics, Nicholas Coos, Jeff Taylor, Bob Moen; Wrestling, Gordy Morgan, Landon Haggard. And in football, all-state honors, Landon Haggard. You seniors have developed team cooperation. You have performed as a whole, and your efforts have led to success. Capturing the magic in organizations. Just to give a few, the Profiles has had 17 straight All-American awards. They have treated it with old traditions with new ideas and old ideas with new style. And our cheerleaders continually led you, the class of 1985, in boosting spirits and building excitement. Capturing the magic in special events, the class of 1985 had the Collings, the cheerleaders, and the flag corps, and as you said in your yearbook, they all realized the blue and gold colors. King Eric Christensen and Queen Michelle Brown displayed the gold of the crown and the blue of the capes at your homecoming. You achieved strength in your eagle spirit during Spirit Week, and tonight, the special event in your lives will be the graduation. Graduation, not an ending, but a beginning. Last goodbyes, final moments, some memories, and tonight, your step through the door of independence. Kennedy is known and has applied as a national finalist and is a national finalist as a National Secondary School Recognition Program. Why is Kennedy High School outstanding? The class of 1985 has had outstanding records, more academic and athletic successes than ever before, and you have merged Lincoln and Kennedy. The school has never been better, and you people are to be applauded for that. In closing, let me quote a saying, and maybe you will think of this as you receive your diplomas this evening. Today, which is yesterday's dreams, and tomorrow's memories, is yours. Graduation is a beginning. Tonight, we share in the celebration of that beginning. The Profiles yearbook said, "It is a legend at Kennedy. The students have pride, honor, trust, grace, and character." The profile is a legend of you, seniors, you, the class of 1985. As your class motto states, the torch is passed to a new generation. Let us begin anew. I proudly present the class of 1985 to receive your diploma.
an eagle, I will soar above the clouds. I will spread my wings, fly into the sun. Like an eagle, I will race above the stars. I will fly to places yet unseen. Go beyond my wildest dreams. Know that you are watching over me alone. I can fly with the eagle to the mountain high, race with the eagle to the rising sun, and soar with the eagle so far beyond my dreams. And now is the time, and now and farewell. And as we part, you taught me well. You gave me strength, you showed the way. I'll not forget you. Like an eagle, I will fly.
Before we begin the awarding of the diplomas, I want to call your attention to the note in the program. The names of the graduates will be read in a continuous manner, and it's important to each graduate and to the family that they hear the name. So will you please hold your applause until all the diplomas have been awarded, and that way everyone will hear their name. Dawn M. Adams.
Charles D. Adelman.
Sherry L. Aho.
Peter J. Akamoto.
Hope S. Albright.
Lane D. Allen.
Rhonda D. Allen.
Kimberly A. Allison.
Christopher J. Anderson.
Jill M. Anderson.
Martha M. Anderson.
Stephen W. Anderson.
Susan M. Anderson.
Timothy P. Anderson.
Timothy W. Anderson.
Craig W. Andrews.
Christian D. Arlenson.
Nancy K. Arndt.
Julie A. Bach.
Lisbeth H. Backboom.
Randy A. Baton.
Barbara L. Bailey.
Jill R. Baker.
Teresa L. Banachek.
David J. Barr.
Tana L. Barsness.
Karen S. Batchelder.
Pamela J. Bauer.
Michael A. Beck.
Michelle M. Becker.
Stephanie A. Barron.
Nicole M. Beinecke.
Bernadine K. Byries,
Sandra M. Belafile,
Elizabeth A. Bender,
Patrick A. Benfer,
Timothy J. Benkowski,
Peter D. Bennett,
Susan R. Benson,
Troy L. Berg,
Wendy S. Berg,
Michelle L. Berge,
Kelly K. Betzinger,
Scott D. Bevan,
Catherine M. Bertzer,
Timothy W. Bjorky,
Dennis L. Bjorklund,
Scott P. Blasco,
Carrie A. Bloom,
Douglas B. Bloomquist,
Brian L. Bolander,
Tracy R. Bonneville,
Sherry M. Borglund,
Sylvia Buchin,
Donald P. Bowman,
Patrick K. Brady,
Susan P. Brandel,
Christina C. Brox,
Gary J. Braun,
Patrick T. Brazil,
Michelle C. Brennan,
Anna M. Brown,
John E. Brown,
Michelle M. Brown,
Beth C. Buckingham,
David L. Campbell,
Carrie L. Campbell,
Robert T. Keola,
Lynn M. Caprod,
Guy M. Carlson,
Carrie S. Carlson,
Matthew J. Carlson,
Sean P. Carolyn,
Chan Lo Chow,
Ronald W. Shalou,
David A. Christensen,
Tyler W. Christensen,
Eric E. Christensen,
Young P. Chung,
Kenneth H. Sinclair,
Julie M. Clark,
Amy B. Clausen,
Robert C. Clausen,
Marissa A. Klein.
Timothy C. Klein,
Go ahead.
Bonnie J. Colas,
Lynn M. Conley,
Scott J. Conrad,
Jane K. Cornley,
Kevin R. Cotton,
Patrick L. Cotier,
Diane C. Cox,
Patrick A. Coy,
Brett W. Crocker,
Jennifer A. Cronkite,
Angela M. Culhane,
Thomas F. Daffer,
Linda A. Dolly,
Patricia G. Dolan,
Michelle J. Dandria,
Fat Dong,
Michael L. Danielski,
Mark D. Dowman,
Christine M. Davies,
Michelle C. Davis,
Molly A. Decker,
Dean E. DeGidio,
Timothy J. DeGonda,
Curtis D. DeGroff,
Julie M. Delestri,
Lisa M. Delton,
Cherie C. DeWall,
David J. DeWall,
Pamela M. Dienst,
Fawn V. Doe,
Tuan T. Doe,
Christopher J. Dobish,
Lori J. Dodas,
Beth Y. Dowling,
Steve R. Drabeck,
Greg A. Drexler,
Khan V. Duong,
Dennis H. Dukart,
Anthony L. Durbin,
Tina M. Dvorak,
Daniel J. Dwyer, Jeffrey G. Edberg,
Daniel J. Egan,
James R. Egan,
Cheryl K. Ekstrom,
Jody M. Elder,
Todd A. Ellingson,
Andrew J. Engel,
Greg A. Enos,
Jennifer L. Erickson,
Rhonda M. Erickson,
Stephanie A. Erickson,
Todd T. Erickson,
Trudy F. Erickson,
John L. Ferendor,
Suzette M. Fair,
Cheryl R. Falk,
Cynthia R. Falk,
Thomas L. Fallows,
Tracy E. Farrell,
Mark W. Botland,
Michael J. Favor,
Bonnie M. Feltman,
Stephanie M. Feechy,
Brian L. Fiddler,
David A. Field,
Kelly M. Philbrant,
Erica L. Finley,
Heather R. Finley,
Jacqueline R. Fisher,
Angela J. Flynn,
Michael C. Ford,
Timothy E. Ford,
Elaine F. Foreman,
Thomas C. Foreman,
Michelle M. Foster,
Michael S. Franson,
David R. Frickholm,
Jennifer M. Fuller,
Michael P. Gallagher,
Kenneth C. Gallup,
Paul E. Gallup,
Mona M. Garahi,
Gretchen L. Gasterlin,
Greg S. Gerlach,
Michelle A. Gilliam,
Rachel A. Gorst,
James H. Graff,
Timothy R. Graham,
Richard M. Granscrutton,
Theodore J. Grangs,
Eugene Griffin,
Paul M. Grimm,
Martin Griswold,
Michelle A. Groby,
Darren W. Groff,
Lynn A. Groth,
Lisa R. Groves,
Jean M. Grubish,
Christine M. Grunditz,
Brett M. Gulden,
Lori L. Guthrie,
Mikhail R. Hoheim,
Brian J. Haddock,
Landon W. Haggart,
Kimberly A. Haggerty,
Stephen M. Haggerty,
David L. Haynes,
Daniel P. Haley,
Christopher J. Hall,
Kathleen A. Helverson,
Thomas S. Hanson,
Timothy A. Hanson,
John C. Hauge,
Suzanne M. Hauser,
Tomoko Hayashi,
Joni L. Haley,
Lisa A. Heath,
Krista G. Herbstrip,
Laura L. Herman,
Ann Y. Hendricks,
Kathleen M. Higgins,
Jeanette L. Hilken,
Nancy L. Hill,
Joel F. Hillstrom,
Seal C. Hinn,
Kevin E. Herman,
Michelle N. Hirsch,
Elizabeth R. Hodgson,
Lynette M. Horneman,
Henry H. Hoffert,
Gregory D. Hoffman,
Eric L. Holm,
Larry J. Holm,
Verna J. Holtgren,
Daniel P. Holton,
Janice M. Holmes,
Lang H. Hong,
Catherine M. Poole,
Gary P. Ron,
Lori A. Nelson Huber,
Bonita L. Hubner,
Samuel S. Hudson,
Jesse L. Hurt,
Janelle M. Houston,
Basma M. Ibrahim,
Robert S. Jacobson,
Gordon R. Jacobson,
John G. Jadran,
Mark J. Jackala,
Jeffrey M. James,
Ann E. Gerard,
Karen J. Jensen,
Deborah J. Jerbeck,
Denise G. Jobs,
Anita K. Johnson,
Douglas J. Johnson,
Elizabeth K. Johnson,
Jeffrey D. Johnson,
Carl E. Johnson,
Keith R. Johnson,
Michael B. Johnson,
Stacy J. Johnson,
Stephanie G. Johnson,
Jeffrey S. Youngworth,
Michelle R. Carto,
Peter M. Casbom,
Danette D. Caslow,
Paula A. Kasparek,
Kevin R. Keller,
Richard C. Kelly,
Elizabeth A. Kemmer,
Laura S. Kemmer,
Dareth Ken,
Gary M. Kent,
Daniel M. Kerr,
Jamie F. Kiefer,
Thomas J. Keyser,
Jung S. Kim,
Deborah S. Kimbler,
Elizabeth J. Kingdon,
Daniel M. Kinsey,
Mark A. Klein,
Lori E. Clevin,
Tracy L. Klostad,
John G. Knutson,
Scott A. Cook,
Stanley H. Kennecke,
John E. Kolb,
Carrie M. Kopnick,
Carrie A. Koshiel,
Michelle L. Cosmo,
Nicolin D. Craigness,
Jennifer L. Fry,
Alan C. Krull,
Laura J. Cruz,
Stephen M. Cook,
Jeffrey A. Keister,
Thomas A. Kummer,
Nicholas P. Cush,
Wendy R. Kutzler,
Shannon M. Lacey,
Grant T. Latilla,
Cynthia J. Lambert,
Leanne M. Lambrecht,
Kelly S. Lamphere,
Catherine M. Landa,
Karen M. Landowski,
Deanna M. Lang,
Daravuth C. Lau,
Cynthia A. Larson,
Cynthia D. Larson,
David D. Larson,
Jody A. Larson,
Catherine E. Larson,
Kevin G. Larson,
Lana E. Larson,
Stephen D. Larson,
Ann M. Lakanen,
Steve J. Laurent,
Michael L. Lawrence,
Thomas P. LeClaire,
Ewan C. Lee,
Ewan K. Lee,
Tracy L. Lehman,
Robert W. Lehman,
Andrew D. Leininger,
Renee C. Lembeck,
Ann M. Lenzagrov,
Michelle A. Lenhart,
Jeffrey M. Lieber,
Dawn C. Lindquist,
Kimberly A. Link,
Colleen R. Lomax,
Michael J. Longson,
Layla M. Lopez,
Patrice A. Loringer,
Lynn A. Love,
Nancy B. Lloyd,
Jeanette R. Lubansky,
Scott H. Ludgate,
Carrie S. Lukey,
Stephen N. Lucan,
Julianne F. Lundell,
Stephen E. Luzier,
Carrie J. Lutz,
Brenda L. Lisholm,
James D. Mock,
Kim M. Madden,
Michelle R. Majestic,
Mark A. Manival,
Lisa A. Manila,
Marla F. Manning,
Krista J. Mansky,
Tamara L. Mansky,
Cheryl L. Markley,
Mary A. Martin,
Holly C. Mathers,
Georgiana Matterson,
Deanne M. Matson,
Jane C. Mouse,
Jill M. McCallion,
Tawny J. McCullum,
Susan M. McCarthy,
Thomas F. McCarthy,
Timothy P. McNally,
Carla L. McQuaid,
Michael D. Metzela,
Denise R. Meyerson,
Paul E. Miller,
Brian S. Mills,
Sheila R. Milner,
Robert K. Moen,
Jeffrey R. Mall,
Christina J. Monier,
Shelley L. Moore,
Lisa M. Moran,
Beth J. Moran,
Michelle R. Maury,
Gordon J. Morgan,
Roxanne M. Muehlbauer,
John E. Murphy,
Stacy M. Murphy,
Stephen F. Negard,
Becky L. Nelson,
Eric S. Nelson,
John P. Nelson,
Penny D. Nelson,
Terry L. Newgard,
Carrie L. Newling,
Con M. Nguyen,
Kin V. Nguyen,
Todd D. Nichols,
Tori A. Nida,
Brian C. Nielsen,
Bruce A. Nielsen,
Deanna S. Nemi,
Charles J. Nisler,
Jeffrey L. Nitschke,
Kenneth W. Nord,
Jennifer L. Nord,
Christopher E. Nordby,
Kelly J. Nybo,
Gail M. Oakley,
Thomas R. O'Brien,
Michael W. Oden,
Melis Okyar,
Paige L. Oland,
Teresa A. Oldenburg,
Suzanne T. Olson,
Daniel L. Olson,
Jeffrey M. Olson,
Teresa M. Olson,
John E. Orner,
Kevin P. Oster,
Jeffrey A. Ostlund,
Nancy K. Owen,
Buchan Ozell,
Beth A. Page,
Linda J. Paget,
Eric A. Payne,
Michael J. Pakala,
John D. Palmer,
Peter J. Park,
Philip J. Park,
Michelle L. Partridge,
Lisa B. Pearson,
Patrick A. Pepin,
J. J. Peterson,
David A. Peterson,
Michael J. Fiffner,
Quoc Fung,
Anthony G. Pisano,
Alan R. Pitty,
David P. Pitty,
Susan A. Pike,
Carol A. Pilgrim,
Lisa M. Pittman,
Ronald G. Pofel,
Lisa M. Poppenhagen,
Clifford T. Porter,
Cheryl A. Porter,
Charles R. Purcell,
Jeffrey K. Ranau,
Karen A. Rasmussen,
Teresa L. Reed,
Christine M. Reich,
Jacob P. Reese,
Matthew H. Rutler,
Tori R. Reynolds,
Roxanne A. Rhodes,
Jeffrey R. Riedemann,
Mark E. Roberts,
John B. Robinson,
John E. Robinson,
Tammy C. Robinson,
Cynthia J. Rogers,
Jerome J. Rogers Jr.,
Cami L. Rosholt,
Scott A. Rue,
Catherine A. Rundy,
Charles B. Russell III,
Tracy L. Sabaka,
John J. Sable,
Sherry A. Salden,
Mashan L. Soliterman,
John A. Sandberg,
Thomas J. Sanders Jr.,
Laura L. Sanderson,
Benjamin F. Shad,
Joan M. Sharber,
Thomas J. Chardon,
Christine A. Sherber,
Michael J. Schur,
Janet K. Schlegel,
Suzanne J. Schluter,
Kirsten N. Schneider,
Lisa M. Schonecker,
Douglas J. Shorley,
Shannon M. Schuweiler,
Derek W. Schramm,
Brian T. Schubring,
Donald E. Schumacher,
Michael P. Seeger, Kathleen M. Shannon,
Sean W. Sheehan,
John D. Shefflett,
David A. Shepard,
Stephen R. Showalter,
Kelly J. Schufler,
Karen E. Seifert,
William J. Schifferle,
Scott L. Silvernagel,
Paul M. Sims,
Michelle C. Syke,
Leslie M. Schoswald,
Amanda J. Shoquist,
Sarah J. Schramstead,
Terry R. Slater,
Pat M. Sledehaw,
Bradley D. Smallfield,
Gerald W. Smith,
Kimberly D. Smith,
Michael J. Sochik,
Kurt P. Stadther,
Christine M. Stye,
Timothy P. Stolley,
Sandra L. Steinbrecher,
Delroy M. Stennis,
Blaine C. Stephenson,
Birgitta G. Sterner,
Brenda M. Stavanis,
David T. Stevens,
Scott J. Steibel,
Kurt W. Stocky,
Karen N. Stone,
James J. Strand,
Kelly G. Streifel,
Stephen A. Subat,
Kevin J. Sundam,
Rebecca A. Swadat,
Richard H. Svedberg,
Christopher J. Tabone,
Jeffrey E. Taylor,
Pamela L. Tice,
Carrie L. Teal,
Amy H. Tholey,
Andrea M. Thompson,
Carla R. Thompson,
Scott E. Thompson,
Michelle D. Thorson,
Leslie A. Thronson,
Susan C. Timpain,
Michael W. Titus,
Christopher M. Tollefson,
Kurt G. Torbenson,
Daniel J. Tusigno,
Han T. Tron,
Long H. Tran,
Leanne R. Tranby,
Michael S. Truesdale,
Nia T. Tron,
Betty Jo J. Tucker,
Monica L. Turgeon,
Gregory W. Turner,
J.R. Van Gilder,
Deborah E. Vartdal,
Judith E. Visatka,
Todd M. Bisham,
Michelle E. Voper,
James L. Voss,
Jennifer M. Wetler,
David J. Wagner,
Ronald W. Walker,
Russell J. Walker,
Scott C. Walker,
Robert H. Wallum,
Ann E. Wangaren,
Kelly C. Ward,
Tracy A. Warren,
Chika Watanabe,
Diego M. Wendt,
Bradley A. White,
Gregory H. White,
James P. Wickland,
William W. Webke,
Lashane M. Wilcox,
Barbara A. Williams,
Priscilla E. Wilmert,
Brett A. Wilson,
Bruce A. Wilson,
John W. Wilson,
Vicky A. Witherby,
Stephen P. Wadnick,
Thomas A. Wolf,
Chester J. Wu,
Joyce A. Wu,
Dawn L. Woods,
Timothy R. Wortman,
John R. Richa,
Sophiri Yin,
Ronald S. Young,
Shelley A. Zarling, Janet M. Zimmel,
Kevin J. Zitkovich,
Shabbat.